Alright guys, and welcome to the M2 verse. So we're going to have the M2 verse other cars that I have. M2 verse the GLA 45 AMG. Now in real life, because this is Fantasyland, right? The M2 does compete with the CLA 45 AMG. And what I'm going to tell you is the GLA is much better than the CLA. As I said a million times in all these videos, you have a back seat that can fit adults, and because of hatchback, you can fit more stuff in the trunk. Okay? But everything else is the same. It's front-wheel drive based, kicks into all-wheel drive when there's any slippage. You got that great 2-liter engine that does anywhere from 355 to 375 horsepower, 332 foot-pounds of torque, versus the M2. Now, hands down, I think the M2 wins if you don't need practicality. So if you can get by with a rear-wheel drive car where you don't have to fit 6-foot adults in the back seat, this is your car. I mean, for the price, $54,000, I think nothing comes close to it. It's better, in my opinion, than the M4. Again, it's rear-wheel drive. You could fit people. I've had people back there who were 5'5", no problem, for an hour or two. They had no complaints. I couldn't sit back there personally, being 6 feet tall. And for $54,000 new, it's a steal. The GLA, if you need, say you really want an M2, but you were going to get a DCT, so you don't need to have the stick shift, and you live in a place like I do where it snows, and you got one car that does it all, I think the GLA 45 is a great choice. It's almost as fun to drive as the M2. I'll say that the M2 is more fun, but I mean, this car is really a blast to drive. It's an all-wheel drive car. It's going to be a 4 Seasons car for me. I'm going to put winter tires on it, and it's the M2 for the guy that needs a real or girl that needs a real back seat, a big trunk, and all-wheel drive. That engine is a gem. That's where the GLA wins. The GLA 45 and the CLA 45 win with their engine, because that's 26.5 pounds of boost out of a 4-liter. It's the most powerful blown 4-cylinder motor ever made, and it's got the M2 beat on that, since that's a 3-liter engine, and there are similar horsepower figures with the M2 being 365. Now, both of these cars are underrated. There's been dyno tests where both of these cars make close to that 360, 370 at the wheel. So somebody, I don't know if it's true, somebody even said an M2 made 380 at the wheel. If that's true, it's like a 430 horsepower car, and they think the true horsepower of these GLAs are probably close to 400. So they are similar as far as acceleration goes. You know, the only bad thing about the GLA 45 is the price. The ones I saw new were anywhere from $61,000 to $67,000 new. The M2 certainly got it beat with options. There's only one. Besides color and transmission, that's the executive package. Pretty much everything standard, like the cool Harman Kardon, great sounding stereo, the navigation, and the executive package gives you those things like heated seats and you know, 5 or 6 things, a backup camera for $1,200. And this is a 2016, I believe for 2017, the backup camera will be standard. So again, in this comparison, M2 all the way. But if you're like most people that need a practical car for your family or friends, and it's got to be a 12-month-a-year kind of car, and you can only have one, I would say a great choice is this GLA 45. Though it's not an M2, I can't think of a better new car out there that's a better all-arounder for the price. New ones are in the 60s, figure 60 to 67,000 if you need every single option. Like, I don't have a sunroof on this, but I wanted the Recaro seats. You could find these used now for the high 40s, 48, 49, and it's, you know, when you look at it that way, it's a bargain at 4.2 seconds to 60 and 30 miles to the gallon, realistically for used at 48,000. Okay, so thumbs up for both of these cars. I'd give the GLA 45 4 stars if I was doing a 5-star contest, and the M2 5 stars. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to share so your friends see this and they'll subscribe too, so we can build up our subscriber base. I appreciate your support. This channel only exists for you guys. So thanks again. Appreciate it. Have a great day.